Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Secret of this World. Your host today, Jason Hutagalung, telling you some good story. Something that I heard last night, and I don't think this moment, this time will be exist. But hey, it's happened. Can I have some water, please? Like 50 years being Indonesian, and especially when we're talking about this person, Prabowo Subianto. My God, man, I'm so proud of this man. He is addressing the United Nations General Assembly, which just happened a couple of days ago. I think it's very historical because this is the General Assembly to end the genocide. So I'm not going to say that too loud, because for some of these people thinking by saying that word that will changing the trajectory of this whole human catastrophe that been happening in the Middle East, that we watching evolve and witness through our own very eyes, through our Bible, through Quran, which is we call mobile phone. Either you believe it or not, that's what's happening. That's after the, what do you call that one? Then 10 Commandments by Moses. Is that Moses? That things that in our hand now, this tablet that we call mobile phone, or television screen, or computer desk, but this is the most popular and the best kind of, hang on a second, just want to make sure the sound and audio good. This is the most important time in our lifetime. After 50 years, after 50 years, over 50 years, the Gaza genocide that happening right in front of our eyes. So let's listen together and see what you guys think. There's calling the name of the president the Pennywise, but that's a good one.
I would like to call on the next speaker. The Assembly will hear an address by His Excellency Prabowo Subianto, President
Prabowo
of Indonesia.
Subianto.
I request protocol to escort His Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
You guys get no idea how proud I am with this time. I would never thought Indonesia will be doing this after almost 50 years in my lifetime. All I hear about Indonesia is shit, especially this person, Prabowo Subianto. As you guys know, in a few of our video, we didn't support him. He was involved in the kidnap of Indonesian student that doing demonstration in 1995, which is disappear of the people. He was General Prabowo Subianto. He was general for the Kopassus that time. But hey, today the guy reformed himself, make me proud. He carry the voice of the voiceless, the largest Muslim nation in the world, which is Indo-Pakistan. So never have a doubt. As Indonesian, it's our duty to support our President Prabowo Subianto. At the same time, this fight in Palestine is not a religion fight. It's not a religious fight. So I suggest you people that starting being pious and what do you call that one, campaign in the fucking social media about your religion, about your God. Fuck you all. This is not about religion. It's a trait of humanity. And I'm so proud for what President Prabowo Subianto did for Palestine. As we all know, he was born Christian. So, he understands that. His brother is a Christian too. And some of them is a Chinese ethnic. But, today, or yesterday, he's come out fully as Indonesian person. Indonesian people. A people that we proud of. I'm so proud for being Indonesian today. You know, I was about to say the Yemeni is the one that doing so good. But hey, listen to this one. It's not an empty talk. We are supporting him.
His Excellency Mr. Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Her Excellency Madam Annalena Baerbock, President of the United Nations General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Moses Abelian, Under Secretary General for General Assembly and Management, Excellencies, Heads of States, Heads of Governments, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor for me to stand in this august General Assembly Hall among leaders and representatives who represent almost all of humanity. We differ in race, religion, and nationality, yet we gather together today as one human family. We are here first and foremost as fellow human beings, each created equal, endowed with unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The words of the United Nations Declaration of Independence have inspired democratic movements across continents, including the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the Mexican Revolution, the Chinese Revolution, and Indonesia's own struggle and journey to freedom. It also gave birth to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by the United Nations in 1948. All men are created equal was the creed that opened the way to unprecedented growth, prosperity, and dignity.
One second. And guess what, guys? This man is my man after Sukarno. Look at him. He doesn't have any text in his hand. He just bring out the oratory of our founding father, President Sukarno, which is, I'm so happy, giving him coming from the army, then again from the special forces, Komando Pasukan Khusus, Special Commando. Here it is. It's about the time. I hear somebody say last night, he is not the leader that we seek, but he is the leader that we need right now. And he is my president, Prabowo Subianto. I'm so happy
And yet, in our own era of scientific and technological triumphs, an era capable of ending hunger,
Yes.
poverty, and environmental ruin, we also continue to face today grave dangers, challenges, and uncertainties. Human folly, fueled by fear, racism, hatred, oppression, and apartheid, threatens our common future. My country knows this pain. For centuries, Indonesians lived under colonial domination, oppression, and slavery. We were treated less than dogs in our own homeland. We Indonesians know what it means to be denied justice and what it means to live in apartheid, to live in poverty, and to be denied equal opportunity. We also knew what solidarity can do in our struggle for independence, in our fight to overcome hunger, disease, and poverty. The United Nations stood with Indonesia and gave us vital
Yes!
assistance. Decisions are made here based on human solidarity by the Security Council, and this assembly gave Indonesia independence, international legitimacy, opened doors,
Hormat.
and supported our early development through the efforts of the United Nations Children Fund, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization,
Remember, no tax.
FAO, the
Direct.
World Health Organization, and many, many other United Nations institutions. And because of that, Indonesia today stands on the cusp of shared prosperity and greater equality and dignity. Madam President, Excellencies, our world today is driven by conflict, injustice,
Yeah.
and deepening uncertainty. Every day we witness suffering, genocide, and blatant disregard for international law and human decency. In the face of these challenges, we must not give up. As the United Nations Secretary General said, we cannot give up. We cannot surrender our hopes or our ideals. We must draw closer, not drift apart. Together we must strive to achieve our hopes, our dreams. The United Nations was born from the ashes of the Second World War that claimed scores of millions of lives. It was created to secure peace, security, justice, and freedom for all.
Please, sir.
We
Sir,
remain
what? Sir.
committed to
Ini penting.
internationalism,
Bersejarah.
to multilateralism, and to every effort that strengthens this great institution. Today, Indonesia is nearer than ever before to meeting the sustainable development goals of ending extreme poverty and hunger. Because years ago, this very chamber chose to listen and uphold social and economic justice. We will never forget. And today, we must never be silent while
My
Palestinians
president!
are denied that same justice and legitimacy in this very hall. Excellencies, Thucydides warned, the strong do what they can, the weak suffer what they must. We must reject this doctrine. The United Nations exist to reject this doctrine. We must stand for all, the strong and the weak. Might cannot be right. Right must be right.
Yeah.
Indonesia
Prabowo.
Today-
My man.
is one of the largest contributors to United Peacekeeping Forces.
Bring on!
We believe in the United Nations. We will continue to serve where peace needs guardians, not with just words, but with boots on the ground.
Whoa!
And when the United Nations Security Council and this great assembly decide Indonesia is prepared
Yeah!
to deploy 20,000 or even more
Oh!
our sons and daughters to help secure peace in Gaza or elsewhere.
Mau menangis saya Pak Prabowo.
In Sudan, in Libya, everywhere when the peace needs to be enforced, peace needs to be guarded, we are ready. We will take our share of the burden.
Yes!
Not only with our sons and daughters, we are also willing to contribute financially
Yes!
to support the great mission to achieve peace by the United Nations.
Yes! Yes!
Madam President, Excellencies, I propose to this assembly a message of hope and optimism,
Yes!
grounded in action and execution. Today, we heard the speech of Madam President, the President of United
After 2 years!
General Assembly. Yes,
2
it
fucking
is true
years!
what she said. Out the International Civil Aviation Organization, will we be here today? Will we sit in this great hall? Without the United Nations, we cannot be safe. No country can feel secure. We need the United Nations, and Indonesia
Yes!
will continue to support the United Nations.
Oh.
Even though we still struggle, but we know the world needs a strong United Nations. The world's population is growing. Our planet is under strain. Food, energy, and water insecurity haunt many nations.
Love you, man!
We choose to answer these challenges directly at home and to help abroad wherever we can. This year, Indonesia recorded the highest rice production and grain reserves in our history. We are now self-sufficient in rice, and we are starting now to export rice to other nations in need, including providing rice for Palestine.
Yes!
We are building resilient food supply chains, strengthening farmer productivity, investing in climate-smart agriculture to ensure food security for our children and for the children of the world. We are confident in a few years' time, Indonesia will be the granary of the world.
I love this
As
man.
the world's largest island state, we testify before you that we are already experiencing the direct consequences,
It's better speaking English than the fucking Indonesian.
particularly the threat of rising sea levels. The sea level in the north coast of our capital city is increasing by 5 centimeters every year.
Jakarta.
Can you imagine in 10 years? Can you imagine in 20 years? For this, we are forced to build a giant seawall, 480 kilometers in length. It will take us maybe 20 years, but we have no choice. We have to start now. Therefore, we choose to confront climate change not by slogans, but by immediate steps. We are committed to meeting our 2015 Paris Agreement obligations. We aim to achieve net zero emission by 2060, and we are very confident we can achieve net zero emission much earlier. We aim to reforest 12 million hectares of degraded forest, to reduce forest degradation, to empower local communities with quality green jobs for the future. Indonesia is shifting decisively from fossil fuel-based development towards renewable-based development. From next year, most of our additional power generation capacity will come from renewables. Our goal is clear: to lift all of our citizens out of poverty and make Indonesia a hub for solutions to food, energy, and water security. Madam President, Excellencies, we live in a time when hatred and violence can seem to be the loudest voices. But beneath this loud noise lies a quieter truth, that every person longs to be safe, to be respected, to be loved, and to leave a better world to their children. Our children are watching. They are learning leadership not from textbook, but from our choices. Today, still, a catastrophic situation in Gaza is unfolding before our eyes. At this very moment, the innocent are crying for help, are crying to be saved. Who will save them? Who will save the innocent? Who will save the old and women? Millions are facing danger at this very moment. As we sit here, they are facing trauma. They are facing irreparable damage to their bodies.
What happening here? Oh no, I don't want you. Hang on. Shit. Sorry, guys. Oh no. Hang on. I just want to twist that thing. So I don't want to Bluetooth. What's this going on here? Give me a second. You continue that, don't you worry.
We must stand for multilateral.
There you go. Please, I don't want any fucking Bluetooth.
With a strong United Nations, we can build a world where the weak do not suffer what they must, but live the justice that they deserve. Let us continue humanity's great ideals, the selfless aspirations that created the United Nations. Let us use science to uplift, not use science to destroy. Let rising nations help others to lift themselves. I am convinced that the leaders of the great world civilizations of the West, of the East, of the North, of the South, leaders of America, Europe, of India,
Bang!
China,
Bang the table.
world, the whole world, I am convinced they will rise to their role demanded by history. We are all hopeful that the leaders of the world will show great statesmanship, great wisdom, restraint, humility, overcome hate, overcome suspicion. Madam President, distinguished delegates, we are greatly heartened by the events of the last few days, where significant leading countries of the world have chosen to side with history, to choose the right side of history,
Free Palestine!
of the moral high ground, the path of rectitude, the path of justice, the path of humanity, to shun hatred, to overcome suspicion, and to avoid the use of violence. The use of violence will beget violence. No one country can bully the whole community of the human family.
Prabowo! My president!
We may be weak individually, but the sense of oppression, the sense of injustice has proven in the history of mankind that this sense of injustice, this sense of
Hang on, I'm watching a live.
into a strong force that will overcome this.
I'm watching live.
That will
Prabowo.
overcome this injustice. To close, I would like to reiterate again.
I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
Complete support for the
Or just watching it through Facebook.
in Palestine. We must have an independent Palestine, but we must also recognize, we must also respect, and we must also guarantee the safety and security of Israel.
That's fine. That's
Only
fine.
then we can have real peace.
Just leave these
Real
people.
peace.
Give peace to Palestine.
No longer hate and no longer suspicion.
That's okay. Let them Jew
The
live.
solution is this too.
We're not even like them.
Solution. Two descendants of Abraham must live in reconciliation, peace, and harmony.
You're the man.
Jews, Muslims, Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, all religions, we must live as one human family. Indonesia is committed to being part of making this vision a reality. Is this a dream? Maybe.
Might it be?
But this is the beautiful dream that we must work together towards.
Yes.
Let us work towards this noble goal. Let us continue humanity's journey of hope. A journey started by our forefathers. A journey that we must complete. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oh.
Shalom. Om Santi, Santi, Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya. Thank you very much. May God bless us all. May peace be upon us. Thank you very much.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
On behalf of the Assembly, I wish to thank
There we go. I'm so proud of Prabowo Subianto. I mean, honestly, I was listening to that a little bit last night. Well, this morning, actually. But I don't realize how powerful that motherfucker did it. He doesn't use any text. He carried the text, I know, but he doesn't use that. He speak directly to the assembly. Yes, human emotion, raw human emotion. For that, everything that we know about Prabowo Subianto is goddamn real. He is a human. And as Indonesian person, as someone still call Indonesia home, and I'm watching so many people speak on the television, so many fucking leaders from all over the world, talk this, talk that, talk shit about their commitment with Gaza, but none of them as powerful as President Prabowo Subianto. We will commit boots, he say, in the conflict. Boot in the ground. We will go. We will fight. 20,000, 40,000, whatever. We will send the children of Indonesia, son and daughter. And for humanity, it happened for the last 50 years. And for the last 2 years, we watching it live in our fucking mobile phone. You have no idea how much my heart broken. People have no idea what this event did to me. For the last 2 years, I'm crying. I got PTSD by watching children get blown up. While here I am, I can't even see my children. But watching other people's children get blown the fuck up. So you people understand the relation between human. And I can't help myself. I'm crying over this thing. But yes, so much tears already. Imagine if that happened to your children. Imagine happened to your brother, your sister. While we speak now, I'm just fucking happy put in here, lying around, doing fuck all, right in front of my eyes. But hey, I ask myself, how the fuck I can eat it while these people, over 1 million of them, at this time, right fucking now, haven't eat any fucking thing for weeks and weeks. And we, so-called fucking human, with morality, with the religion, with the rubbish, we let people like that dead. We let them fucking starving. I can't even fucking handle 1 day without food, let alone fucking weeks and weeks. You know how fucking painful they are. I've been living in Australia almost most of my life, and every time I saw emotion, anger, everyone look at me like, "Oh, you're taking a side with them people." Wait, fucking what people? You don't call them human? I don't even worship the same God with them or with you, but with any one of you. But I understand the human suffering. Think about this. You bomb them. You kill them. You shoot them. Shoot them right in the fucking head. And then you crying out loud when they take that fucking son of a bitch. I don't give a fuck what you saying about me. You deserve to get shot. The one in the neck. I'm not gonna name the name. But we are human. We become blind. We are human blind. We crying out loud over some stupid motherfucker like that quoting fucking supernatural mumbo jumbo religion with his fucking politics in this country, affecting every fucking one of us. Why the fuck we don't think about it? We in Australia, yeah, in Australia or in America or in England or I'm sorry, I love all of you guys, but at the same time, you white people, you complaining, fucking immigrant, they fucking, who the fuck, they speak English. Get fuck. You guys want to know why we are here? I'll give you a sample. You know Bali, right? You know how many people from Bali in Australia? You're probably complaining about us in here. And guess what? I'm blaming you, the reason why we are here. Why? Because in 1964, the whole village in Bali that affiliate with PKI, a political party that we all agree around the world is majority in Indonesia. And we have the biggest group of feminists movement in Indonesia, they call Gerwani, get purged, slaughtered, killed. So while you take your selfie picture in Kuta Bali or in the beach, don't forget, many innocent people, they bury on that beach. They kill them, they slaughter them. Under whose order? Under the order of United States of America. We can prove it because they can't handle the Vietnamese. So what they do, they slander the Indonesian communists without single bullet, without single drop of blood from American people. They kill over 6 million people in Indonesia. All of these people that get killed know nothing. And I question myself over fucking 50 years in my life. You know, over 50 years. We're going to talk about this, very important. Everyone asking. 6 million Indonesians get slaughtered in 1963 to the 1966. The Order 66. Star Wars say, George Lucas say, it's actually, it's a true story. The Order 66 is called Super Semar. The General Suharto that time, he's a general at that time. Yes, he bringing a piece of paper and he put it on the table in front of Indonesian president that time. His name Sukarno. He's one of the best. He's one of the best president all over the world in the 60s. But the only problem is America doesn't like him because he's close with China and Russia, which is a communism. So what did they did? Did you know who is these people get slaughtered that time by 6 million? Under whose order? The CIA in Jakarta. Yes, you open the file of American document from your state that release this document every 50 years, sorry, like who killed the JFK and all of that shit. Well, what are you guys doing in Southeast Asia, especially in Jakarta, Indonesia? You so-called Jakarta method. Remember that? The Jakarta method. You use them in Chile, in Latin America, everywhere, by purging the communists, by taking over the country. You install your puppet in every country. You let these people study in the Berkeley University in the United States. In Indonesia, we call them the Berkeley Mafia. These are the people that taking over from the old order, or we call it Orde Lama, to the new order, Orde Baru. I'm just telling you the connection of my country to the world situation that happening right now. I'm giving you connection. I'm giving you the reason why I'm so passionate about this whole shit. Why it's taking over my life. I started with this simple story. In 1980s, I was only 12 years old. My teacher told us, we're going to watching this excellent movie about the revolution that happened in Indonesia. This is 1980s. I remember this so clearly. I never forget this. We went, pack it up, about 1,000 kids inside one of this fucking cinema, which is not whole 1,000 there, but about, I think 300, 400, but the capacity is over capacity, overcrowded. The cinema made of deck of wood that where we sit on it, which is, I was only little. absolutely young. Yeah. Then they play this movie. You know what the movie called? The Purge of G30S PKI. Penumpasan Gerakan 30 September PKI. So what's happening there? What do I watch? Until today, it destroys me as a human, as a kid. I have to watch bullshit propaganda that made it up, orchestrated by the West. Yes, my friend, orchestrated by the West, by the same country, that very country where I'm standing now. I'm giving you the connection now. In 1963, 63 to the 66, there's a purge in Indonesia by million. One of them is called Gerwani, Gerakan Wanita Indonesia, or Indonesian Woman Movement. Brilliant. The best one in every country in the world. Well, I'm just telling you one thing too. Did you know Indonesia have woman president before? Have you ever president woman in your country? In the Western world like what we are? So don't fucking tell me about we suppressing women. No, we know. We respect them. We show them love. You understand? Smart woman creating a smart children. Dumb woman will create a dumb children. The future of the nation is in the woman's hand. Our hero, one of them, Ibu kita Kartini. Our Lady Kartini. She is fucking... Maybe you never heard this name. But anyway, I continue. In 1963 to 1966, the CIA supplied the Indonesian army a list of name by million of the people need to be killed. Remember this? The list of the name. They need to be killed in Indonesia. Over 6 million people. Now, this is what happening. Why they be killed? Because in 1962, few years before that, Malaysia, which is under British colony, remember this, declared their independence, while Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines not agree with this bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk about this, my brother. Let me speak about this. It's very important. This is connecting to our life. People doesn't understand. If they're complaining about what we're doing in Australia, oh yeah, you are immigrant, blah blah blah. Let me show you. This is what we call karma. What goes around comes around. If you feel guilty, I am not feeling guilty about it. So anyway, let me continue. Did you know in 1945, when Indonesia declared their independence, read it, the declaration by the person called Sukarno and his deputy Hatta, Muhammad Hatta. Do you know, actually Sukarno refused the offer for independence, but the reason why, I shouldn't say but the reason why Sukarno refused to declare the independence of Indonesia, because he want Malaysia also independent at the same time with him, with Indonesia in general. So when Malaysia betray Indonesia by British, what did they do? They deploy MI6 in the newspaper and radio broadcast is called the Malacca Strike. What did they do? I'm gonna get some water. I'm gonna fucking bring this out tonight. I'm gonna tell it all what been stuck in my mind and in my head. I'm merely 12 years old that time. I don't remember this one, but inside that cinema, some of my friends couldn't understand what's going on, and some of them get scissored. I was like, hold on to my chair, like seeing this brutality, the fucking violence, the bullshit, that propaganda they show us in the television, in the movie, in the big fucking cinema. Here I am from the village and watching the G30S PKI. God damn! It's traumatizing me. This destroying me. It's damaging me. And then we ask, who is this victim? Who is the 6 million people that get slaughtered and the world doesn't do fuck all? Doesn't do nothing like now in Palestine. Under whose order? If you want to know, it's the order of the US and the CIA. I know Sauna made it up, but it's not. You can check them in the history, or you can check them in the Department of Foreign Affairs of America, US and the CIA did. They did the Jakarta method. Every other country copy what they did in Jakarta. They make us killing each other. So MI6 in Malacca Strike newspaper and radio, and Australian Secret Service, forget what they call it, put giant radio that amplify that what they hear from Indonesia in the shortwave radio transmission. They're sending it back, and they start making a propaganda in Malaysia and Singapore about Indonesia. Every Friday they will reading a Quran, and then they will reading a sermon in the mosque. To tell the world about killing communists is halal, because the communist is atheist, the communist is bad, the communist is that, it's that. Basically, it's a propaganda from the United States. And back then, in the radio, they staging in the radio about Kiai, which is the leader for the religious leader for the mosque. They've been kidnapped, they've been killed by communists, by PKI. Then they tell the story about how evil the Gerwani is, how bad they are, how they dance, and how the 7 people that they found in this hall, the general, is being tortured before get killed. Now we go back to this night, the fateful night, 30 September. What's happening there? This is a mystery for us as Indonesian. But let me tell you about this mystery, because by the dalang, by the orchestrator, they keep everything written down. They plan what they did. Did you know G30 SPKI, for you Indonesian people, my people, G30 SPKI happening or G30S PKI. Right? The reason why they're happening because President Sukarno that time feeling betrayed by 7 General that during konfrontasi with Malaysia that orchestrated by English and America and Australia, the 3 nations. So what they do? So what Sukarno did? Sukarno is come from Java. Indonesian people, ethnic Java, they are polite people, and with the rhetoric, with how they talk, with how they express their emotion and their anger, they're not gonna tell you. But during one of his speech, I noticed that he mentioned about Durhaka, and I asked myself, what the hell is going on in here? Durhaka about what? Because it's not normal. Why did he mention about Durhaka? Found out during the confrontation, the people that going to Malaysia is relawan. Yes, they come from Indonesian civilian, farmer, student that actually go to fight the British imperialist. But Indonesian doesn't know it. They always just see Sukarno being psycho. Yeah. So anyway, so these people. So when Sukarno lost, he doing a payback by sending his what do you call that? Special regiment. His private, what do you call that one? Army, not private army. That protect his. It's a presidential, basically his presidential regime, right? It's called Chakra Birawa. They loyal to Sukarno only. Chakra Birawa is come from student, martial artist, boxer, pencaksilat, sportsman. So they not come from the army. They are a mix, and they are loyal to President Sukarno. That night, Sukarno was disappeared from the presidential palace. If we follow the pattern, every time Sukarno doing something, orchestrate something, he will be disappear that night. So giving us really good indication who's involved in this killing of 7 general. This 7 general is very important people in Indonesian army, and they have been taking payment from CIA, no doubt. Okay, because imperialism is still the imperialism, colonialize your entire system. Okay, so anyway, let's continue this. So this is the list of the people that have in the pocket of the CIA. This is the list of the relawan that going to Malaysia to fight the British propaganda. This is the people trained by the army, but actually not all of them member of PKI. This is the list of the name of the person that helping the konfrontasi, that loyal to Sukarno, they all of them get killed. And the biggest one of them in Bali, and by the person called Sarwo Edi. Sarwo Edi is the father of the wife of the president Bang Bang Susilo Yudhoyono. Bang Bang Bambang Susilo Yudhoyono. His wife, her father is Sarwo Edi. He is a jagal of Bali. He killed almost 2 million Balinese. You will not believe it. Slaughtered them across Bali and Java. It's Java. It's about 2 million, he reckoned. And by his mouth in his deathbed, he admitted 6 million Indonesian being killed and slaughtered just because they are PKI. And the Western nation amplified it, hiding it, especially Australia, by not telling the world what's happening in Indonesia. So, you know now, the event that happened in Indonesia is the product of the Cold War between America and Uni-Soviet. It still happen today between US and fucking Russia. Still happen today. And you expecting me to support you to what you doing? After you kill my people, over 6 million of them, and their life doesn't have any price in your eyes. And this history repeated again. Your propaganda, to you don't give a fuck. To us, did you have idea in Indonesia until now, until today, if you accuse someone member of PKI or communist affiliation, that is a doom for you. It's the meaning you sign your life away. It's a death sentence. I am not kidding. If someone accuse you communist or PKI, trust me, you will be end up in jail in Indonesia. Until now, until today, until right this moment, they didn't do nothing wrong. Garwani didn't do nothing wrong, but we killed them. The biggest feminist movement in the world, that doing the best thing ever. You can't beat it anywhere around the world, and you kill them all because you can't handle. God damn. I remember that day when I'm watching that movie, I asked myself, what the fuck is God? Doesn't do fuck all. Let these people fucking doing all of this fucking most evil thing. So yeah, don't give me that bullshit about your God. I don't give a shit. He's useless to me. But humanity is the most important thing. And me, as a father, as a man, there's no fucking way I let what happening in my TV screen happening every day. No, we're going to fight. When injustice become normal to you, resistance is must. Thank you very much for listening to my bullshit or to my story. It's been stuck in my chest for so many years. So if you still don't see the connection, why we coming to your democracy? We want to taste some of your democracy too, because you're sick in our country already. The reason why I'm in here, I'm not kidding. Imperialism, colonial, colonize. Did you know what they call Australia? Land for the people without the country a country for the people without a land. That's what they did here. They killed the Aboriginal. That's what they did in Palestine. You know, they just release the name. You know, delete the name. They just say Aboriginal, you know. Or go to America, they call it Indian. It's not Indian. Indigenous nation. That's what they stand for. So yeah. Thank you very much. We got name. Our name is Indonesia. And Prabowo Subianto make us so proud today. To Mr. Prabowo Subianto, I'm sorry. I sort of like using your story become your speech, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you do it. I've been waiting for this for so long time. I don't realize you are the lion of Asia. You are the lion of resistance. You are a champion. Thank you very much for using the democracy, the United Nations, to speak, not by terrorism, not by doing illegal things, but you do the right thing. And thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, Bapak Presiden Prabowo Subianto, we salute you. Terima kasih. So that's it. Terima kasih juga.